delivering lessons, and the selection and utilization of various teaching aids enable the learners to gain competence in determining and preparing instructional materials that are appropriate to the learning content. These teaching aids may come in various forms, non-digital and digital. Non-digital teaching aids will always find their significance in the teaching-learning process. However, in this new media age, learners' engagement and success in learning can be increased by integrating the digital teaching aids. Our group employs learner-centered teaching, which is an approach to education that refers to the process of developing relevant lesson plans after learning about the interests and professional goals of the pupils. It is anticipated that students will take a more active part in their education, with teachers creating professionalized learning plans for each student depending on their needs. And as a student who can invert and create, think strongly, act on what they think, feel deeply, and make a significant contribution of the community, the social order, and the lives of others in other goal of the learner-centered goal. Teaching aids facilitate the learning of the students in a various way. Teachers use different teaching aids to make their students listen attentively and interestingly. In our demo teaching, the non-digital and non-digital aids was utilized. We use charts, pictures, tarpaulin, or tarpapel is made of paper, blackboard and chalk, digital aids, and PowerPoint presentation.
After the presentation, the strengths and weaknesses we observed was divided into three parts. We have ourselves, the digital teaching aids, and the non-digital teaching aids. Let's start with the strengths and weaknesses observed on ourselves. In terms of our strength, we are knowledgeable about the topic, we are organized, creative, and multitasking. While in our weaknesses, we have a low tone of voice and not enough confidence. Second, we have the digital teaching aids. The strength we have in digital teaching aids are the first content of the PowerPoint presentation is relevant. Second, the design is creative. Third, it catches the attention of the learners. And lastly, there is no design that is not relevant to the topic. While the weaknesses we observe on our digital teaching aids are lack of videos and utilization of games. Lastly, we have the non-digital teaching aids. The strength we have here are the traditional materials are all relevant. The pictures are big for everyone to see and the text on the chart is big. Everyone can read it. While the weakness of it is there are too many traditional materials and less digital. Everything we utilize in our demo teaching, whether it was digital or non-digital, was appropriate material during our demonstration. One material we used was pictures. Pictures are appropriate for discussing a lesson because they help the students visualize the things that we are discussing. It helps them remember the topic more. Moreover, in digital, we use PowerPoint presentation. It is very appropriate these days to use PowerPoint because it goes along with the trend where it is relevant to use technology in the classroom. Keeping up with the trend gives learners motivation to focus on the lesson because they relate more to the material used in the teaching.
Following the demonstration theme teaching, we consider all the actions, strategies, and resources we employed. The diversity of the instructional aids we have utilized reflects the interest of the students. Their attention and interest were evident during the motivation where we used the chart we prepared. Using charts that includes pictures made the learners more engaged. This, therefore, are proof that the instructional aids we utilize reflect the interest of the learners. The way they participated and interact in the class with the use of the said instructional materials reflects their interest. We also encountered minimal difficulties in the utilization of non-digital and digital teaching aids because as a 4-year pre-service teacher, we experienced a lot of demonstration teaching and all the knowledge and skills we have gained were applied to our current demo teaching. We encountered only minimal problems such as finding HDMI that connects our laptop with the smart TV. Thus, if we encounter this in the future, we must be ready to discuss all the topics in a traditional way, like writing on the board the topic or putting the content on the Manila paper in advance, so we will have a solution to this problem. Moreover, some of us a soft or low voice that needs to improve. We can solve this problem by keeping on practicing how we talk in front of others, so we will not be awkward or uncomfortable teaching the students in the future.
The digital and non-digital resources can be effective if you know how to utilize them effectively. So both digital and non-digital resource types have unique advantages for teaching. Online films, interactive websites, and digital documents can all be quickly updated and readily accessible. Additionally, they can be customized to meet the needs and learning style of each student, incorporating multimedia elements like audio samples and films to help learners understand complex concepts. Non-digital materials such as real textbook, could be highly beneficial for children who learn best by doing. They may be used without the aid of technology and can endure longer and be more durable than digital resources. Integrating digital and non-digital resources could result in a thorough and engaging learning experience for students. To sum up, the utilization of both digital and non-digital resources in our demonstration teaching works well because it allows us to observe our students' responses and interactions in lesson and share their opinions by reciting. It demonstrates that they took anything away from our instruction and our strategies worked well. In conclusion, we find that using both digital and non-digital tools in our demonstrating teaching is effective since it enables us to watch our students' reactions and interaction throughout class and allows them to express their ideas through recitation. It proves that they learned anything from our lessons and that our methods are effective.
So, if we were able to get the chance to demonstrate or replace some of our teaching aids, we will make our PowerPoint presentation more aesthetically beautiful for children to view. And we will offer more captivating visual aids that will grab the attention of the students. Furthermore, it could be beneficial to assign group projects or process so that the students can interact with the content and one another. Images, graphs, and diagrams are examples of visual aids that can help make complex concepts easier to understand. Making the lecture interactive by asking questions and encouraging participation could also be helpful, but if the students include additional information or references in the notes version of each slide, they will benefit from the use of translation and animation. Take care to reduce interruptions. Preventing students from being inundated with information at once can be achieved by keeping the presentation focused and keeping its duration short. Teaching with non-digital tools also has a lot of benefits and advantages. Using non-digital resources instead of relying on technology is beneficial when technology is not readily available, trustworthy, or accessible. Consequently, they can be utilized in various situations, including outdoor and experiential learning ones. Furthermore, kids learn best by doing and experiencing may benefit from tactile and hands-on non-digital resources.
Thus, we will make use of a range of methods, strategies, and technical resources to teach in a virtual classroom. For example, to facilitate group projects and engaging conversations, we will plan and lead lessons in a virtual classroom that we will set up using tools like Zoom or Google Meet and a learning management system like Canvas. To involve students, we will also leverage digital tools and multimedia resources like breakout spaces and screen sharing. We may try out flipped classrooms in which students participate in more interactive activities during class time, view lectures that have been recorded, and study books that have been assigned beforehand, ensuring that the resources you select are user-friendly and fit the needs of your students, assessing and resolving any technical issues, providing clear instructions and training, and monitoring student engagement and progress. To ensure the effectiveness of the instrument, they must be routinely inspected, assessed, and adjusted as needed. Students can demonstrate both their unique creative abilities and their learning by using digital applications that are relevant to the material they are studying. When students can express themselves in a ways that showcase and accommodate their unique learning and communication styles, as well as their talents, and the process of creating materials is the most effective. Give students the freedom to express themselves via whatever medium makes them feel the most at ease, including blogs, podcasts, films, ebooks, flyers, and other digital art. It is advisable for educators to integrate digital tools into digital classroom that is easily navigable and user-friendly. It is easier to keep learners focused and engaged when they are spend less time exploring the digital classroom. Additionally, beneficial is allowing students to provide recommendations on how document to be improved. Brainstorming session might be encouraged throughout class time. Students can express ideas and be creative in the sessions without fear of being judged for providing incorrect information. It is beneficial for students to grow as learners when their desires for creative expression and originality are respected.